You just cucked me.
How?
I was having an interesting conversation with somebody about AI.
Oh, nice. Well, welcome to the Destiny Thunderdome. The
Is
debate.
that what this is called?
Yeah, that's where we're at right now. What's up?
It's a little cringe, don't you think?
No, I don't think so. Not any more cringe than you joining my Discord and talking to random people about AI.
I joined your Discord and I started randomly talking to people about AI because you told me to come in, and then he came in and started talking. You want me to tell him to shut the fuck up?
Yeah,
He's a nice guy.
that would have been
Okay,
the
so
non-cringe thing to do, but instead you were
so you're
cringe,
so
and you
you're
started
so
talking
you're
about
both
some
cringe.
nerd
So you're
shit.
both
You
cringe
started talking about some
and you're a piece of
nerd
shit.
shit.
You talk about AI all the time.
I never talk about AI.
So listen, if you want to be a nerd, then fine. Both of us can be nerds. But I'm not just a nerd by myself.
You are a nerd by yourself. I'm a geek. Okay, we're better
Don't you
than the
spend like
nerds.
10 hours a day on your computer?
Yeah, making a living, grinding and hustling.
All right, I'll give you that. Um, yeah. So you said I watched your latest video. I don't like watching Red Pill content anymore, but I watched the latest video because it was short. You were talking about how Red Pill dudes are coping by saying that they don't care about how much money a woman makes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think in the video you were saying something like what were you saying? You were saying that like they shit.
Uh oh. Cringe
No, no,
moment.
no, 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 no. Chill, 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 chill,
Oh
chill, chill.
shit.
Chill.
Okay.
You were saying that
That I like the example
oh,
that.
it's like it's class. It's a class thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's a class thing, then it's not about money.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. No, when you say class, you mean like the monetary class that they're in?
I can explain this. I can give you my full thoughts on this because I thought about this a lot today in the gym. Okay. I had lots of red pill thoughts going through me. Okay. You want my full take on this?
You realize that you were wrong.
No, I think I'm more right than I even realized, but I'm trying to figure out why I'm so right. And I realize this. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
The reason why red pill people say that even though they're wealthy, they would date broke ass girls is because they actually probably would do it. And the reason why I've realized this is because all of this space with quote unquote wealthy people, they're not really wealthy people. It's people that got rich that are into new money. And I think that the problem a lot of new money people have is they assume old money people move the same way that new money people move, and they don't. The lives are worlds apart. When you're talking old money, these are people that from birth are in certain schools, certain social circles, certain neighborhoods, certain families, certain networks and connections. You do not fuck with poor people from an old money perspective because you never even run into them. You're not in the same, you're nowhere near them ever. You don't even intersect. You don't even go to the same places to have fun, right? So I think that the problem a lot of new money people have is they assume like, oh shit, well, if I'm like a wealthy dude, I would fuck a million poor girls because that'd be like the bangest thing ever. But and I would even marry like a girl from Starbucks. But if you come from an old money background, that's not true. If you're from a wealthy family and you show up at home with a girl that works at Burger King, your whole family is gonna castigate the fuck out of you. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you with a girl that has a master's, or why aren't you with a girl from another wealthy family, or whatever? And I think that's the big disconnect that a lot of red pill people have because none of them are old money. That I think that's my take on that. Go for it.
I'm. I need to disclose something.
Go for it. Disclose away.
I've spoken to you before.
You kind of sound similar, but I don't want to say anything.
What do you think you remember me from?
Fuck.
Don't look at chat.
I'm not.
Don't look at chat.
Are you the guy that I was playing Minecraft with and you were like kind of crazy and I think you're
I've
schizophrenic?
never played Minecraft.
No,
a
no,
day
like I
in
was
my
playing
life.
Minecraft while I was talking to you.
No, I think you were still playing Factorio. Yeah, you were playing Factorio.
Oh, okay. Mixing up with someone else then. Go ahead.
I came in to argue with you about Mr. Girl ban. When you banned Mr. Girl from, well, no, when Forethought banned Mr. Girl from Discord.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And I only bring that up to say you are doing a classic
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Girl mind reading, projecting bullshit. And I
Yeah.
don't know why you're doing it.
What am I
How
mind
do you
reading
know?
or? Yeah, go
How
ahead.
do you know that these new money red pill dudes are like, oh, I'm like an old money guy, and this is the way the old money guys move? Like, how do you know that that's the case? Is this all
Because the
just
problem is the
is
red
this just
pillars.
conjecture?
Well, no, they literally say this.
What do they say? They say I'm old money.
No, red pill people say men don't care about how much money women make. They don't care about the social class or the achievements or the accomplishments of women. Men never care about that. They're just trying to fuck a girl that's really hot. That's only true for brokies or for new money people that still live and
Wait,
act
wait,
like
wait,
brokies.
wait, 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 wait.
Yeah.
You're conflating two different things, and you blame red pill. You get on red pillers for doing this all the time, and you're doing it right now. Are
Okay.
you talking about fucking a bitch, or are you talking about getting into a relationship with somebody?
Either one, they conflate the two. But like for
No, but
example,
you're conflating the two now.
well, I wouldn't, but they do. So they say if you can fuck somebody, you can date them. They conflate the two all the time, right? That's why they say their girlfriends are just women that they've had sex with once.
No,
Like for
no, no,
instance,
no.
well here,
They don't.
I guess
They
I,
don't
ju-
say.
I guess I just
Okay.
did an example on the show that I was critiquing last night or 2 nights ago, the one that Farah was on. That guy, the guy with the girl next to him, literally said a guy doesn't care. To a man, a woman that makes $0 and $300,000 a year are the same thing. I believe he said that, and he wasn't talking about just getting laid. He was talking about for dating purposes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's only true from like a new money world. That's not true if you're coming
But
from
even,
like an actual wealth background. I think men do care about that for sure.
But this is what I'm saying. You keep on comparing that to people from an actual wealth background, but
Mhm.
people from an actual wealth background are a minority of people. That's one, and two, you're making it seem like they're saying that they're that they're coming from an old wealth background, and I don't know why you're saying that.
I'm not saying they're coming from an old wealth background. I think that they
So why do
just
you keep on bringing the old wealth background people up?
because they're making a prescriptive statement, or rather, they're making a descriptive statement for all of society. They're saying this is what men are like, but they don't realize that they're really only talking about men that are in their particular social strata. They think
But
they're
the
talking about all
people,
men.
the people that you keep on referencing are people from old money, and that's not representative of all men either.
Sure, but like if I was talking about it, I would make that distinction, like I just did. I would say like, yeah, if you're like an athlete or some shit, because this is problems that like athletes and entertainers happen with all the time, is they come into a bunch of money and then they blow it all. Chris Rock has a good skit about this, or it might be Dave Chappelle. The difference between like wealth and rich or whatever. Like people that come into new money blow it all the time on like stupid shit. What am I making this up, or was it NBA or NFL? Like the average NBA or NFL player is like bankrupt in 5 years or something. That
It's
type
probably
of
not
life.
the case anymore, but
It might not be,
probably
yeah,
was
because
at some
unions
point.
should have done a good job at like protecting players and everything more. But like, there's a big difference between how the lifestyles and everything of how people that come from money and wealthy backgrounds move versus people that just got money from like YouTube or sports or something.
Yeah, but neither of those groups are representative of the average man. They're speaking about the average man. You keep on talking about old money.
The average man is going to date a woman that's about from his class. So a poor man is going to date on average a poor woman. A middle class man is going to date on average a middle class woman. And a wealthy man is going to date on average a wealthy woman. Red pillars would reject that. They would say women are hypergamous and they're always trying to date up in class. But that's just not true.
Well, just because they are doesn't mean that they can successfully do that.
Okay, fine. Then you can say the same thing for men. Men are always trying to date 24-year-olds or whatever, I guess. But like at some point, that's not reality. There's not enough.
Date or fuck.
Either one.
You think that dating and fucking is the same thing?
I don't, but red pillars do. Yes. They use the same standards for sex and relationships all the time for men. Yes. It's one of my big critiques when I go on their shows.
They would say that all men would like to date or fuck a 24-year-old, but not that all men are trying to.
I don't know if there's like a meaningful distinction between those two positions, but
You don't think there's a meaningful distinction between wanting to do something and trying to do something? You think there's a meaningful difference
No,
between
I don't
somebody
think
who...
there's. I don't think.
Wait,
there's,
wait, you think... Okay, so you think that there's a meaningful difference between somebody who is attracted to kids and someone who actually sexually assaults children?
Well, notice the... Do you realize the word game you just played? I can't tell if you're doing that intentionally. Is
I
there
don't.
a difference between wanting to do something and trying to do something? And then you just said, well, is there a difference between wanting to fuck a kid and actually fucking a kid?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You think there's a difference between wanting to fuck a kid and trying to get nude pictures from kids online?
I think those things start to have a lot of overlap. Yeah.
Wait, no. Do you think that somebody being like...
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, I'd like to fuck a kid.
wait, hold on.
And then somebody...
Yeah.
Wait, no, just let me finish.
hold
Let me
on.
finish.
No, because I just realized I don't care.
No? Why not?
Because this conversation is so retardedly fucking pedantic now that I just realized it's a total fucking waste of time. Do you understand the gist of what I'm saying or no?
What's the gist of what you're saying?
The gist of what I'm saying is that red pillars say that men want to date women that are young and beautiful and they don't care how much money they make. That's the general prescription they make. If you're getting mad because I'm saying they're trying to or wanting to, I don't even care about the distinction. Pick whichever one works for you. The general message I'm getting across is the same. I'm not going to sit here and have a debate with you about what's the difference between wanting something and trying something and if these are similar or different. What a waste of time conversation.
I think that you are... Look, I just went where you were going, but I think that you are leaving out some points. They don't just say young and beautiful. They also say submissive.
Sure. Yep.
Takes care of, the cooking and cleaning.
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So in my mind, they're saying that you pejoratively refer to them as bang maids. They're saying that they want bang maids, not that they just want young and beautiful women.
Correct, but they're not just saying they want bang maids. They're saying that all men want these types of women. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But my issue is
And
I don't think that's true depending on the class you're in. Like, they won't settle for that.
what I would say is when you have debates with white supremacists, they'll say, let's just kick all black people out because black people tend to be, commit more crimes and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, and they have lower IQs, and you go, well, why not just kick people out for those traits as opposed to a trait that's associated with those traits? I feel like you're doing the same thing here. They're not saying that it's true that people tend to date within their own class and that higher class people will tend to date higher class people. But if you're somebody who has higher class and you meet somebody who's, and you're a man and you meet someone who's lower class economically, but they have the manners and the etiquette and the social skills of somebody who's higher class, I think in that situation, you wouldn't care about the fact that they don't have any money. So
Sure,
really what they're
but
saying,
what
is
you just
they
said
care
is-
about the traits that typically come with somebody who has money, but they don't actually care about the money.
Sure, you can say that, but that's not really the claims that they're making. They're saying a man wouldn't give a fuck about any of those things. Every single man just wants submissive, breedable young women.
Submissive, breedable young women. You don't think that's true?
No, I think that depending on like your background and where you come from and everything, the type of woman you want could vary significantly. But I'm also, listen, I go on Fresh and Fit, I think tomorrow night.
You gonna bring me on?
Or do you live in Miami?
No.
Oh, darn, I would have.
Would you actually?
No.
That's fucked up. Wait. So you see that you're wrong.
What am I wrong about?
That most men actually don't care about how much money.
I think if you come
girl
from
that
a
they're dating.
wealthy background, I think you very much care about things like money and education.
I said most. What do you consider wealthy? Like, if you make more than $30,000, like, why do you keep on saying that?
It's wealthy is going to vary based on the area that you're in. I mean,
What's your definition of wealthy?
it's relational. That's like saying, what's my definition of like high or low? I mean, it's going to depend on if you're on the Rocky Mountains or the Mariana Trench, right?
Okay, so so then what is it that you're saying when you say wealthy? I don't understand what it is that you're saying. Because when I hear wealthy, I'm thinking like people who have who are probably like in the top 5%.
It's going to be like wealthy people are sending their kids to different schools. They've got different networks and connections between their own family members. They tend to live in suburbs. They're probably like a part of like community things or clubs or whatever where they see each other. That's like there's like a different, and they tend to go to different places for like entertainment and stuff, right? Like it's pretty rare that you're gonna go to a bar and see like doctors and lawyers with like club girls, right? Or well, I guess fucking in Miami anything's possible, but like you're not gonna go to places where there's like all sorts of classes of people mixed in. Like it's gonna vary heavily depending on the neighborhood that you go to.
So you're saying like
I'm not trying to nail down like a particular dollar amount. I'm just saying that the reason why people tend to stick to their own is just because of like we tend to only be around our own types of people because of like where we exist in society. That's like a pretty normal thing.
Okay. So it's not wealthy people. It's just people just date within their own class. That's what you're trying to say.
Well, no, that's exactly what I said. Maybe you're just now remembering it.
But why do you keep on referencing wealthy people? I don't understand why you keep on referencing wealthy people.
Well, because the contentious claim is they'll say the red pillars will say poor men will date any type of woman, which is probably true. But then they'll also say wealthy men will date any type of woman, which is not true. The wealthier you are, the higher class you are, the more selective you are necessarily. But they wouldn't acknowledge that. They'd say no.
Yeah, but what is it that they're selecting for?
It's going to be traits that resemble whatever is desirable in their class. So it might be, I think for Jewish people, it's stuff like education and family or whatever. For, I don't know, for wealthy It's just going to depend on the city you are, the ethnicity you are, the religion you are, the background you come from. For Catholics in some area, it might be like what particular church you belong to and how much you participate in that community. For other types of people, it might be family. I don't know. It just depends on your particular class. Does this not make sense? Or
No, it does make sense, but so if what you're saying is true, so then it's not about money.
I didn't say it was just about money, but money is a big segregator, a big discriminator amongst different types of people.
Yeah, but they're not selecting for those traits. They're not selecting for somebody who has money.
Sure, they don't.
It gets sorted out that way, but they're not selecting for that attribute.
Yeah, sure. They don't have to necessarily consciously select for it. Sure.
So then the red pill guys are right.
Okay.
No, don't give me a resigned.
I can't. Yeah, because
this is what you're doing. This because
no.
Just let me talk for a second, please. Because this is what you're doing, right? Yeah. And I've already said I'm a Mr. Girl fan. That the resigned is signaling to your entire audience that I'm like a crazy person who doesn't get it, but I do get it.
I don't think you do. But go ahead.
You said that based on your class, you'll typically be around certain types of people, and those certain types of people will typically be from the same type of like socioeconomic status as you. True. And then that sorts people in such a way so that a wealthy person will probably get, like a wealthy guy will probably get with a wealthy woman. Yeah, but the traits that they're selecting for are not the wealth of the woman. It's for other personality traits that tend to cluster around people within a certain class. That's true. But they're not selecting for women who have money. Because there's a woman
Yes,
who's...
that is true. Yes.
Okay, so then the red pills guys are right when they say guys don't care about money.
That's correct. Okay.
See?
Yep.
I don't...
It's not right. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. The red pill claim is that they only care about women that are young and trainable and breedable, and that wealthy guys will regularly go and pick up girls from Starbucks to date. Can you restate what I just said?
You actually want me to?
Yes. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you.
Okay, the red pill claim is that wealthy guys don't care about money.
Okay. Yeah,
and they will regularly...
Good troll. Anything else?
I'm trolling?
You're trolling. I hear you laughing, okay? You're obviously trolling.
No, I'm laughing because it's funny, but I'm not laughing because I'm not being serious.
Okay.
Wait, you didn't let me finish my sentence.
Sorry. Well, you already were fucking it up, but go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
Red pill guys say that wealthy men will regularly go and pick up like girls that work in Target or Starbucks. They don't care if they're like from those strata of society because they don't care about the accomplishments or anything related to a woman besides like how young she is or how attractive she is.
Okay. Red pill guys say that they will wealthy guys will consistently go and pick up poor women who
Yeah, because they don't care about like class or anything like that. That's the only thing. Only women care about stuff like that.
Okay. Are red pill guys actually saying that?
Yes.
They say we will regularly do this, or they're saying we could do it.
They will regularly do it. There's a huge argument I got when I was on the show once because I was arguing that there's no way that if you're like super wealthy, you're not going to go date a girl at Starbucks, and all three of them started screaming like, "Oh yeah, like I love girls that work at Target and blah blah blah." All of them started shouting at that, and that's saying that like wealthy men would go and pick up girls at these places all the time. Yes.
Okay. I'll say this. One, I don't think that you were saying that originally, but if you're saying that now, that's fine. If you were saying that before, I'm willing to be wrong.
Okay.
Two, I don't even think they say that. But if you're saying they do, that's fine too. Is that it?
I think so, unless you got anything else for us.
I have one more thing to say to you.
What else?
That one time when I spoke to you, at the end of our conversation, I asked you if you ever wanted to play Apex Legends with me, and you said yeah, and then you never hit me up. Damn. That was fucked up.
That sounds fucked up. I'm sorry.
Are you gonna?
No, I don't play Apex Legends. If I play with anybody, it would be with Forethought first, because he's my mod and he's asked to play forever, and I've been lazy and I haven't been playing.
3 people can play at a time, right?
There's got to be some. Grace is going to be our third, so sorry. Otherwise, I would.
Who the fuck is that? Oh, the crazy bitch?
She's not crazy. She's our newest, one of our premium orbiters now.
A premium crazy orbiter. You've had other premium crazy orbiters?
True.
So crazy bitch.
We don't use the word crazy around here, okay?
Neurodivergent bitch?
She's just a regular, you know. We'll use crazy. Actually, it's fine.
All right. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your stream, and peace out.
Be careful, bud.
Yep.